What's the best way to arm a country but learn from another country's mistakes? And they took a lot to learn about that, and you don't want to do the same thing. So in America, right, they have a lot of killings, a lot of problems because of the guns they got and how the guns are spreaded and who gets a hold of the guns. And because they get bad guys get a hold of the guns, bad guys can make it, it spreads. They have a big issue, so it's like a gun war, like the West, this kind of thing. They're still in that. But how can we have a country, definitely a country that's have no guns, so it's pretty much clean, start a way where it can have guns again and show it in another way and do it a more popular way and do better than America. America's our top already, right? How can we get another country to be just like America but not go through its problems and even teach America how to maybe clean up their problems, right? Is by restarting. And restarting still lets you to have an offer, right? So you've got to offer, you're going to make it happen. And here in Australia, I would start bringing back gun laws and I go, anyone can have a gun, but there's these steps, right? And these steps, and when you get a gun and you don't do these steps properly, you'll be highly punished, right? Because we don't want things to happen. But if you do all the right steps and just be righteous, and accidents happen, certain things happen, you'll be fine. But if you ever lie and just don't do a step, which is where the issues end up happening, you're going to get big trouble for it, right? In fact, you may even be liable for the murders or the problems that the weapons get a hold of, right? Similar to that. And we have that, right? To stop people giving out weapons and having weapons around. That's a law when it comes to, and certain high laws of when you kill your own people and stuff like that. We do those changes. And then we change the weapons themselves, right? By having a little bit like we've learned in movies, by we can easily now do fingerprint, we have them on mobile phones, right? And we make it harder for people or bad guys to just get a hold and do things easy, right? And if these other people do these other steps, they will have big punishments for deceiving certain areas to make those steps happen for those people. They'll have to at least learn it themselves, so you'll slow down the crime rate. They'll have to get smart to tamper with these things, right? Because people wouldn't want to help them too much, because those laws would be higher than the person doing it himself, right? As they're helping. And then you also put on cameras. So every weapon, when they're touched and activated, they will also film like a black box that's very hard to get to deep within the gun itself, which will also be another hard thing for them to change. And all guns can be read of the crime it does. You see? And then you make that legit, and the companies will build, it'll create money and jobs. We can make it happen. We can do it. We've got the technology. And see you later.